Alright, so guys, a new week means a new video. I'm the MDC and MDCRX, and as some of you might know, if you follow my page especially, today is World Sickle Cell Disease Day. So basically today is just a day that brings awareness to the sickle cell disease. So this video today is just going to do a brief overview of the disease just to help bring awareness to it. So sickle cell disease is basically a group of diseases which affect the blood and cause it to not be able to carry on oxygen as efficiently. Now, there's actually a reason why they call sickle cell disease sickle cell disease. Do you know why they call it sickle cell?
No. What are you doing?
No, it's like Dora.
No.
Okay, so they call it sickle cell disease because instead of having a healthy, round shape that the blood cells normally do, they have this weird crescent moon shape. Or shaped like a sickle. A sickle is basically this gardening tool that I use to like reap grapes or something like so. But it's shaped like a crescent moon. I guess sickle cell disease just rolls off the tongue better than crescent moon shaped disease. So what happens in a lot of cases is instead of the round shape, it goes to that sickle shape. So what happens when it gets in the sickle shape, it's hard and rigid rather than soft and squishy. Because what happens normally in your blood cells is sometimes in the small capillaries, the blood cell will like squeeze through them because they're just so soft and malleable. But when that sickle shape occurs, what happens is it can't squeeze and fit through the capillaries. It doesn't carry oxygen as much, and also what can happen is it blocks up the blood vessels. The sickle cell disease is a relatively common disease or trait in Jamaica. The difference between having the trait and the disease is that when you have the disease, you have all the things expressing physically in your body, while having the trait just means that you have the gene that says, alright, someone in your family had the disease, or someone that you produce might have the disease. According to the Ministry of Health, every 1 in 150 persons actually has sickle cell disease, and every 1 in 10 persons just have the trait. So they're not having any symptoms or anything, they just have the gene. So now we're going to go into the symptoms of the sickle cell diseases. One big symptom is anemia. So what happens in sickle cell is you have a sickle shaped red blood cell, as I said earlier, but these blood cells, they tend to die after about 20 days as opposed to 120 days for regular blood cells. So I end up having is an overall lower amount of red blood cells and a lower ability of carrying oxygen efficiently around the body. Another huge symptom is episodes of pain. So as I said earlier, what happens sometimes is the sickle cells can cause a blocking in the blood vessels. This now can cause episodes of pain, and it can last up to a few hours or up to even a week. Another symptom the blocking can cause is swelling of the hands or feet. So the blood can't really leave the farthest parts of the body, which are your hands and the feet, as well, because it will block up the vessels and just cause like a backup of the blood in the hands or the feet. Persons with sickle cell are also at a higher risk for developing infections. Now, what having sickle cell can also do is it can cause a damage in your spleen. When the spleen is damaged, what you have is lower white blood cells and a lower ability to fight off diseases. And the last symptom we're going to look at today is the vision problems. So they tend to have vision problems. I'm actually thinking of people I know with sickle cell, and they tend to wear glasses, so that's probably one of the reasons why. So how sickle cell transmitted? So if you follow my Instagram page, earlier I released a graphic showing how children or persons get the sickle cell disease. One, it is not a disease that you can just catch. So somebody not going to be walking on the road and them cough, and because they have sickle cell disease and the cough probably catch you, you're going to catch sickle cell disease. You might catch corona, but not sickle cell disease. However, the parents must have the gene or the trait to pass on the sickle cell disease or trait. Alright, so that's my quick little video on sickle cell disease. Later I'm going to be doing an Instagram live session with Vikram Asnani. If you guys again are following my Instagram, you'd be privy to that. It's happening at 9 o'clock, and it's going to be delving deeper into some of the things associated with sickle cell disease that you might not have gotten from this video. Also, you guys can comment any questions you have on sickle cell, and if we get them in time, we'll try to add it in the IG live that we're going to be having at 9 o'clock. Don't be afraid to like and share this video. I really appreciate when you guys do that. Thank you so much for coming and watching today, and I hope to see you guys next week again.